Dickinson. The suspended game was continued to today, and the second contest is a 7-inning contest, which is a Northwoods League rule on double-header days. Game one again, Larks leading in the home half of the fourth inning, but Zach Selfron for Badlands pulls it past the third baseman. It's an RBI, scoring the go-ahead run for the Big Sticks. Now, the sixth inning was a big one for the Larks. Michael DeVinny with a no-doubt blast to left. That's a solo shot. The home run ties the game up again. This time it is 3 apiece. But later in that same inning, another big fly. Alex Alva sending one off the scoreboard, and it's a 2-run go-ahead homer as the Larks would go on to win it by the final of 9-4, and their hitting continues in game 2, leading in the 7th 14-6. Well, we stay in the Queen City for our next story. Dickinson State moves to a new conference in the fall of 2025, but the work to get it ready is well underway. Change in college sports is not reserved only for the major Division I conferences. All levels are dealing with it. The Blue Hawks made a decision last fall to accept an invitation from the Frontier Conference.
Since then, of course, we were really hoping that the other schools, the Dakota schools, were going to join us and really help with our travel and schedules and things like that.
Last month, Mayville State, Valley City State, Dakota State, and Bellevue decided to join DSU.
No question, this is a better, much better setup than what we had 10 years ago.
Pete is referring to the last time the Hawks headed west for the Frontier, back when the DAC fell apart.
Having some travel partners, having games that are closer, having the other schools in our conference involved, it's really going to be a much better scenario for Dickinson State.
DSU used to be on the outer edge as far as a location in the different leagues. Beginning next year, that will change.
If we would have been into the Frontier Conference by ourselves, the budget difference would have been astronomical for us.
Stanton admits there are still some bugs that need to be worked out, but Dickinson State will be in a much better situation.
Even though we're making this change, for us to now to find non-conference games is almost going to be impossible, because most of the non-conference games we played were against the Montana schools. But it's a good problem to have, because the situation is really good for us now.
Stanton says another benefit of the new and larger Frontier Conference will be the ability to have 2 automatic qualifiers for national tournaments in a number of different sports. Well, Florida won the first 3, Edmonton won the next 3 to force Game 7 for the Cup, and the Panthers prevailed tonight 2-1 to win the Stanley Cup 4-3. Day 1 of the 2-day Bakken Classic at Riverwood today, and Bismarck's Lucas Shep was on a par 5 and 2, and then he makes the putt. That's called an eagle. It's 2 under on that one hole. The leader was 2 under for the day. Quinn Schillingstad of Bismarck with a 70. That's a single shot ahead of Parker Beck. Shep and Tyrus Jangular are tied for 4th. It is not very close on the girls' side. Layla Christensen has an 11-stroke advantage after 18 holes. She plays high school golf at D.